It's Gamebook Collector here. I've got a couple of new gamebooks to check out. So I'm checking out a few gamebooks in this episode today. These are new to my collection. I've got Destiny Quest, The Raiders of the Dune Sea by Michael J. Ward. This is, well, my first impressions of this book. This is a meaty gamebook. Look at the thickness of that. That's pretty thick. I'm liking this one. The front cover, it says Destiny Quest, as I said there, Raiders of the Dune Sea. You have a character on the front, looks like something of Assassin's Creed series. It looks like set in the desert, maybe Egypt, I'm not sure, one of the Middle Eastern countries. He looks like an assassin. He has a couple of swords there. One, it's emitting a green kind of glow, the other one is a kind of pinkish red. This is book number 4 in the series. The back cover, again, it continues on from the front cover here. It says, "Many truths lie hidden beneath the desert sands. You are an orphan born with a strange gift for magic. Hunted by the church, you have fled south to the desert lands of Kaitish, lured by the tales of exotic adventure and fabulous riches. However, a simple treasure-seeking mission quickly turns sour, plunging you into the heart of a criminal underworld where shady dealings and poison blades hide a deadly secret. Do you have what it takes to survive the cutthroat tides of the Dune Sea? You decide in this epic fantasy adventure, one where you make the decisions." So yeah, I'm looking at the price down below. It's initial retail price was $16.99, which is quite expensive for a game book. But as I said there, it is quite. It's absolutely very thick there. So open the game book up here. This 4 in the series, I've said. You get a nice coloured map. Act 1, the Badlands. You can see that there. We look at the page here. This one was written in 2019 and reprinted in 2022. So it's not an old game book. So you're looking at 4 years old, and this was a republished version of it. So moving on to the couple of other adventure sheets here. So there's a lot of things going on here. Your name, path, career, location, head cloak, gloves, name, abilities, etc. Special abilities, you can see that there. Let's get various ones. Speed combat, modifier, passive, warp, etc. And even more. Backpack, the vault, location, names. So it's quite in depth. This book has a lot of elements to it. Pets, minions as well, and notes and keywords. So there's a couple of photocopies need to get done for these adventure sheets. And then it goes in to say, "Welcome to Destiny Quest." I'm not going to read all this, it's quite a lot of stuff. It's got a very in depth here. It's not a kind of easy book. This book looks more complicated and advanced than your some other game books. As I said, I've never played this series before. This is new to me as well. As I said, the author's this book's Game Book 4. So there's a lot of instructions and information here. Boss monsters, legendary monsters, towns, combat, etc. Having a look at the page, the paragraphs, they do go up to, crikey, let me see, nearly 850, which is a lot. The back of the game book is another map, Act 2 of the Dune Sea as well. Now I'm not sure if this can be played alone. I think it can, or do you have to have other ones? It should tell us at the start. I'm not actually sure. I'm not sure. I'll have to check that out. So flicking through the game book, I said I do like the cover. I like the style of the cover. It's looking good. Inside the game book itself, it's quite nice, kind of off-colour, cream coloured paper. Quite small print on this one. And what I'm noticing just now, although there's page breaks with artistic artwork, I don't see any internal artwork in the book, which is a surprise. One of the first, or very few. No, This book seems to be emitting an internal artist. Definitely. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of paragraphs to go through here. This book must take some time to go through. Let's see who it's published by. Copyright Michael Ward. Matador Books. Okay, it's Matador Books, look like the publisher. Printed and bound by CPI Group, Limited, Croydon. So I'm hoping to collect the rest of this series. As I said there, this book looks like a cracker. A lot of reading in this one. If you've played this game book already, or you own any of these game books, drop a comment below. I'm looking forward to seeing your thoughts on this one, what you think of it. So that's Destiny Quest, Raiders of the Dune Sea, book number 4 in the series. Our next wee game book we're going to look at, it's not a stick, it is Nightshift, a horror game book by Victoria Hancox. So on the front you have the Plague Doctor with his mask there, looking terrifying. You've got a kind of haunted horror house there sitting in the background. So the back of the book it says Nightshift, the Cluster of Echoes, book 1, so this must be a series of books. It says, welcome to the night shift. Normally you turn up at the hospital at 9 PM and prepare to face whatever comes through the door. You've patched up gunshot wounds, plated broken bones and drained abscesses. Sometimes you spent the entire night watching TV, feeling bored and just willing for the phone to ring, waiting for something to happen. But what if something did happen? What would you do if your ordinary routine just turned upside down? In this adventure, you're not a hero. You're just a hospital worker who's caught up in the middle of the worst nightmare. Will you be able to use your wits and survive? We'll see you on the other side. It sounds like Halloween 2. So again, looking at this book, I can tell you just now, without even going inside it, is by Amazon printing. Again, I'm not a fan of the type of material or the gloss finish in the covers of these books. I do prefer this type by a mile. Just my preference. I have a video on that if you want to look at that one. So having a look inside, you've got a Plague Doctor there, and you have this book. Looks like, yeah, it's the same year of publication, I think, as Destiny Quest 2018. The second edition was published in 2021. On the introduction here, gives a wee backdrop here. It says, Nightshift is an interactive story with a difference. You don't have to choose your character's attributes. You're just a normal human doing a normal job who find themselves in a strange and dangerous place. Oh, did I not mention the danger? Yes, you're being hunted, and if they catch you, well, let's just say there are many ways to skin a cat and many ways to die. There's no dice to throw, and let's face it, if there were, you'd only cheat. Surely not. Oh no, you won't get through by winning battles, being lucky, and you definitely have no spells, potions or swords. Oh, that's interesting. What will get you through to the end of the night shift is the knowledge and skills you already have, but remember to record all the evidence and your hints you find. You'll find space for this at the back of the book, and if you're feeling a bit lost, you can download the floor plans from www.victoriahancox.com/nightshift, and that's interesting, it's a bit different. So I've just jumped into Victoria's website here. It looks very professional, very well done. A great effort by Victoria. So it goes on to say, Nightshift, the Cluster of Echoes, book 1. At long last, the hardback version of Nightshift is available. It's full to bursting of extra goodies like 8 full-page illustrations, the complete set of floor plans, hidden passage locations and puzzle solutions. And it goes on to say, maybe you bought the original, but now a new and improved version of Nightshift is here, and with it, an extra section, no less. No fear, you can get the section 401 here and meet the cluster. And I'm looking for the floor plans that was mentioned in the book, and I can see that here. If you crave a little more exploring in the night shift, then you can either download the basic hospital floor plans or the complete map from Quartless Map. So I'm going to click the floor plans. Well, that's them there. So you've got, looks like a PDF version as well. So you've got the floor plans for the first floor, the ground floor, Victorian Hospital, sorry, and it looks like, what's this one here? There's gardens outside, pharmacy, paediatrics ward, etc. That's fantastic. So there's a lot of effort being put into this. Nightshift complete hospital floor plans to download. So I'm just going to jump back to the website, the main website, and see what else it says here. There's also a complete map from Quatless Map, full of spoilers, but absolutely amazing. Let's click on this. Fantastic. Hospital Nightshift by Victoria Hancox. And looking at these maps, I'm getting this kind of Resident Evil-esque or Silent Hill-esque type feeling from these maps. The floor plans in this obviously floor plan as well, so it's sending me back to the Resident Evil type horror game kind of style and scenario, but obviously it's a book, a game book, so very well done. I don't know if that's the intention of this or not. I'll jump back to the website here, and there's reader comments and accolades here. The positive comments, it says, one of the best game books ever written, oozing and dripping with atmosphere. This game book is incredibly good. One of the most striking and compelling new game books of the year, a must for game book or horror fans alike. This is a must read for game book fans, chilling in places with his almost nightmare themes. That's a fantastic amount of positive comments for this game book, and I can't wait to get my teeth in this one as well and see what it's like. Okay, if you're ready, we can start. Turn to section 1. So that's introduction of this book, and there you go. Again, you've got the page breaks with artwork there, and yeah, that artwork, yeah, it's a bit different. It's more kind of, I say photographic, but it certainly looks a mixture of digital art. Well, it looks like digital artwork design there. It's quite interesting. It's a different kind of idea where you've got to go through the end of your shift rather than take on creatures, dwarves, skeletons, you name it, fantasy related stuff. There's a kind of there's a village man with sideburns, 19th century looking like. There's a serpent there with the skull head and the horns on it. Yeah, I'm kind of liking this book. So I've not read any series. Don't know what the hell that is. Looks like kind of a toad type maid, frog type maid, creature anyway. Yeah, artwork's different. And again, it's that picture again. So this book looks like it has towards the 400 paragraphs, really close to the fighting fantasy amount. Yeah, it's a 400. Don't want to give the end of the way. Valuable information, collected items, so you can record your stuff there. And that's about it, really. So you can go to the website and download other floor plans from victoriahancox.com/nightshift. So that is the Nightshift book. Oh, there goes the Plague Doctor as well. Yeah, that's a very nice piece of artwork there, standing in the hallway of the hospital. Said just look for Michael Myers to spring up this one. Halloween 2. So that's Nightshift, a horror game book by Victoria Hancox, and we have here Destiny Quest, The Raiders of the Dune Sea, Book 4 by Michael J. Ward. So that is it for this episode of Gamebook Collector. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel and smash that like button. It really helps this channel a lot. And if you get any comments in these gamebooks, please leave them below. If you own the gamebooks, if you ever played them, you can let me know your thoughts in the comments. So that's it for this episode. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again in the next episode. Take care.